Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well today. So today I've got some new makeup to play with. Not all of it is new, like brand new. Some of it has been out for like a little while, but I am just giving it a go. But some things are new. I've got some new Benefit. I have some new Maybelline, their Superstay Skin Tint. And then I've got some things that have been out for a while, but I've just managed to get my hands on them. So I thought I would try them out with you today. I would love it if you can like and subscribe. It would mean an awful lot to me. Yeah, and let's get into this new makeup. Okay, so I don't really know what kind of look I want to create today. I feel like it's going to be quite like a warm tone look, just based on the products that I have. And I'm going to just kind of go straight in. I have got SPF and just my normal moisturiser on my skin. So I'm going to start off with this NYX. This is their Bright Primer. And I quite like a brightening primer. I really like my e.l.f. CC Brightening Putty Primer. I think because I'm so pale, having like brightening primers really does make my skin look more alive. So I picked this up and yeah, I was quite intrigued by it. You don't actually get that much. I can kind of see like almost through the tube, and I haven't used this. And the tube is only kind of like half filled, which is a bit sneaky. And it's not that big of a tube. Like, it's, compared to some of my skincare, it's actually baby. So for saying that actually it's half filled as well is a little cheeky. But it comes out kind of with a bit of a tint. I'm just gonna rub this in. It has like a tropical smell, but it's not too overpowering, which is quite nice. And it's actually quite hydrating. Okay, I quite like that. I definitely think that is something I'm going to kind of grab. I think it's actually made my skin look, yeah, like healthy and kind of what I wanted from this primer. It is kind of done. But yeah, I just kind of wish, maybe this is a mini. Maybe you can get a bigger one. But yeah, I feel like you'd go through this quite quickly. Next, I've got this. I've had this for a little while, but I've not tried it. It's the Revolution Pro Blur Fine Line Filler. And it basically looks quite silicone-y. So it's a little pot. I'm just going to apply this with my hands. It's very like smoothing in there. And I'm just going to pop that kind of under my eyes. Can't see like a super noticeable difference, but maybe once I've got like product on top. I always crease under my eyes no matter what powder, what concealer, but obviously like some powder and concealer make it more or less obvious, but I always know I will crease. It's always somewhere that I just know, especially when I smile, I do kind of go creasy under there, but I don't mind that. It feels quite light on the skin. It doesn't feel too slippery, which is quite nice, but I'm just intrigued to see how kind of things sit on top of that. Next, for my foundation slash skin tint, is I've got the new Superstay 24-hour skin tint, and this is in 05.5. So I've seen this a lot on TikTok. Like, their Superstay line obviously has always been quite popular, so I thought I would grab it. It comes like with a dropper, which I quite like. I always apply it like this, and I feel like you're never meant to, because it's quite like unhygienic. But and as it's like a skin tint, I don't know how much I should use, and I feel like I've gone and put on a lot. Because it's a Superstay, I'm feeling like it might have quite good coverage. It says it's got vitamin C, and I'm gonna blend this in with a brush. Because it's a skin tint, I feel like if I use a sponge, it might take a bit too much of the coverage. I'm expecting this to be a little bit more full coverage than kind of my other skin tints. And obviously on TikTok I have seen some really good reviews. That's actually really lovely, and I feel like it's a really nice colour for me. It's just a little bit more warmer, but no, I think that's really lovely. I feel like it's covered up enough, but you can still kind of see a few of my freckles coming through, so it hasn't like fully blocked me out. This says it's a 24-hour skin tint, which I'm not going to test that out. I do not need to be wearing any makeup for 24 hours. But it's nice to know that it's got a bit more hold. Like, I do enjoy wearing skin tints, but that's kind of one of the downsides of skin tints, is that I feel like because the coverage isn't always there and because they're so thin, they can wear off a bit quicker than foundations. But it'll be interesting to see how this one actually wears. And if you actually look at my chin area, I have like some hormonal breakouts. So actually it's covered nice, very nicely. I like this. It doesn't feel as lightweight as some of my other skin tints. It definitely doesn't feel heavy, but with some of my like favourite skin tints, like the Iconic, really like the Rimmel Kind and Free, with those ones I don't really feel like I'm wearing much. But I guess I did put on quite a bit with this. I kind of went a bit heavy, so I feel like maybe next time I could sheer it out a little bit by just putting on a little less. But that's really pretty. I feel like it has like really melted into my skin. Even though I've applied it with the brush, I feel like it's not like super streaky or... Okay, I like this. I feel like this is going to be a really nice option for when I want something more full coverage, but during the summer. And I feel like my skin, it looks really skin-like. Like up close, it's hardly detectable, which is really lovely. Okay, so for concealer I don't have anything new, so I'm just going to conceal quickly. But actually, I don't feel like I need to put on that much because the coverage of that foundation is actually really lovely. So I'm just going in with my Nude Sticks concealer. Blending this in with a sponge. But yeah, I don't feel like I actually need to put anywhere else really, because that skin tint has done like a really lovely job. Okay, next for cream contour I have, so I got these as part of a set. So one's a highlighter that I'm going to use later, and one is a cream contour and bronze. These are from Revolution. They're almost like the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Wand dupe that everyone's bringing out. It looks a little warm. I like my contour and bronze to be cooler, so it looks a little warm. Am I going to apply this to the face? And it comes with that kind of, I don't even know what you'd call this, like dauber? Comes with like the furry little end that you kind of like screw and unscrew. I have slight OCD, and seeing people online, aka TikTok, with their messy Charlotte Tilbury wand, it gives me like anxiety looking at the state of some of them. I try and keep mine as neat as possible. So yeah, I'm just going to dot this on the face. It is nice and light. I do like the lightness of it, but as you can see, it's just that it's quite actually got like a bit of a yellow base. I'm just gonna blend this out like I normally would. And yeah, I would use this more as a like bronzer than a contour. I think it's too warm for me to use as a contour. I'm just gonna add in a tiny bit more to see how it's gonna build. Yeah, this is definitely a bit warmer than I would go, but because it's got a bit more of like a yellow base, it's not coming across as orange, but the formulation is lovely. It blends out really nice, and it's melted into that skin tint. Really nice actually. I just wish they would maybe bring out something that was actually cool tone instead of just like light, because I couldn't contour with this. Next for blush, I've got this This is from XX Revolution and it's called the XX Glow Sculptor and it's called Forgive and Forget. I actually really like this packaging. It's quite compact and then it's got this kind of like ribbed front. And it's this little compact. It's got a blush side and it's got, again, this is meant to be like contour. But I would use both of these as almost blush. Let me do some swatches for you. So here we have the swatches. So obviously we've got the contour and the blush. Whereas what I would probably do is mix the two. The pink is pretty actually. It's quite corally. But yeah, I couldn't contour with this. Is straight up orange. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dab in between. So I'm just going to dab and then dab some pink over the top. And then just apply. They're very like balm-like. I actually think that pink is a pretty pink. It's quite soft. Oh, that's pretty. And I do really like this component. I think it's a nice little component that I would grab. But yeah, I really like how those products are working on my skin. They're all kind of melted in really nicely into each other. Next I'm going to go in with highlight. I don't really use highlight, but I thought I would give this a go. I got this with the contour. And it is actually a really lovely highlight. Let me swatch. Can you see that here? Got this like gold shift to it, which is actually very pretty. And it does have like very fine like glitter in, but I don't mind that. As long as it kind of shears out, I don't mind kind of like quite a strong highlighter. Okay, what I'm going to do for this, I'm going to put this on my hand, I think. Stamping this out, and then I'm going to put this over. I want it to be quite subtle, but it's definitely got that kind of glow. Yeah, this is pretty. It is that kind of subtle glow from within. And it hasn't kind of disrupted the product underneath, and it hasn't left me with kind of like a cast. It's just really like melted in nicely. So yeah, so I think I don't normally go for highlighter, but if I did really want that glowy golden look, I would grab this because I actually think that looks really pretty. Right, I definitely need to set down my face. I don't have a new powder, but I'm just gonna throw on this e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. I used this in a new video, testing new makeup video, and I haven't really used it since, so I thought I'd grab this out today to kind of retest it out. I remember I did like it, so I don't really know why I haven't gravitated towards it. I think at the time that I got this, I kind of got like a lot of new powders. I went through a stage of buying a new powder every week, so I feel like maybe I just bought it at a time where I was like, I had so many powders to like play with. But it is super lightweight and it's not really going like claggy or cakey over those cheap products. So maybe I do need to just keep remembering to get this out, because actually it feels so lightweight. Looks nice. It's blurring. Would I say it says blurring as like my one size or my Huda Beauty? Probably not, but for kind of everyday wearing, this is really lovely. Okay, so I need to make a note to myself to actually get this out when I'm needing face powder in the day. What I do have, which I don't know how I'm going to try out, I've got this little Revolution, it's a blur stick. So I'm guessing when you're feeling like you need a little something, you kind of roll this over and it mattifies you. So what I think I'm going to do to see if I can try this out is I'm just going to spray my face with the Spectrum Hydrating and Illuminating Mist. I really like this spray. It's like a Disney collab. It's got Tinkerbell on, but I really enjoy it. So I'm just going to spray my face with this. So we've got to pretend that I've been out all day or I've been on a night out and my face is sweating. But this hydration that I've just applied is not from a mist, but it's from day-to-day tasks. So my face has a slight glow. Let's see if this works. And I'm just going to kind of roll this over. Just on one side. Can we see a difference? I feel like we can. Yeah, I feel like that has kind of just, I wouldn't say it's blurred, it's basically powder on a ball. So what it's done is it's just mattified those areas. But I mean, for a night out, this is going to be so handy, because normally I'd take out like a compact, but this will be handy. And it hasn't like disturbed any makeup, hasn't like left any like extra pigment. This is going to be handy for a night out. Next, I was very excited about this. I've got the Hula Beach VACAY bronzer and blush duo. And this, so it's got the Hula on one side and then Shelly on the other. So this is the box it came in. And when I opened it, and I realised how big the actual product was, I was shocked. So this is the box, and this is the duo. I mean, size isn't always the be all and end all, and the pans inside are quite big. I just expected it to be more this size. Like, let's put it up against my Trigwell powder, like it's same size as my powder puff. It is little, but I guess, does it need to be huge? Maybe I'm used to getting like oversized packaging. But yeah, so this has got Hula in and it's got Shelly, this kind of pink blush. It does have a shimmer in it. I've used Hula before and I know it's always worked quite well for me. So I'm just gonna take some Hula. It is a tiny bit more warmer than I personally would like. I wish they did like a cool version of it. And I know they have like a lighter version and they bought like a shimmer version and all that. I think it'd be cool if they brought out a cool version, because the tone is lovely, but I just wish it was a bit cooler. So I'm just gonna brush this over and kind of set down all those cream products. Yeah, can you see? It's just that little bit warmer than I personally would like, but it's not bad. It's just, yeah, warm. I'm just using my NARS. This is my favourite ever brush for bronzer. It's one of the NARS Kabuki brushes. Yeah, it's quite expensive. I think it's like £40 for the brush, but it's my all-time favourite. I think it makes your bronzer just always go on really, really nicely. Yeah, I think that's pretty. And I'm just going to use a slightly different brush and just pop on a bit of this Shelly. Just to give my cheeks that little bit of extra flush. I quite like a bronzer and blush duo, because I'm not like blush obsessed. Like, I do like blush, but it's not like my main thing that I enjoy. I like having like a bronzer and blush duo where I can just grab it and use both, because I'm not really fussy about the blush side. But yeah, I think this is really lovely, and if you do like Benefit bronzers and blushes, it is super handy. And I guess for travelling and stuff, the fact that it's smaller does help. I think I was just more shocked by the size. I just thought it was going to be a little bit more bigger than it was. But yeah, this is super cute and I am happy that I got that. They do have a few different like pairings, and I think they've got it kind of related to skin tone. So obviously the darker it gets with the bronzer, I think they've picked blushes that complement the skin tone that the bronzer will work with, which is nice. Okay, I don't have any new brow products, so I'm just going to go and do my brows off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, here we are, and I just did my brows and I used my Airbrow from Kosas and my NYX Brow Pencil. I did do them a bit bushy today, but we can have a bushy brow moment. Okay, so for eyes, I'm just going to take my bronzer and just kind of run this with a big brush, just kind of all over the eye, and kind of just follow this kind of out, so nothing precise at all, just a kind of blown out eye. And I'm literally taking that out to where I've placed my bronzer. And then for mascara, so I got this mascara after my auntie, she'll be watching, she watches all my videos, she told me about this mascara and I got it, and the wand is actually really interesting. So if you can see, it's like super skinny, like the bristles hardly stick out at all, which is actually really interesting to me. This is the Triple Threat mascara, so I don't really know if this is meant to lengthen or add volume, but I'm guessing by the brush it is meant to lengthen, because normally volumizing bristles are like quite chunky. I'm just going to look at this online. I love all of Iconic London's products, so I've got high hopes for this. So online it says that, okay, it does say volumizing, but it says for volume, length and lift. An ultra black stunning weightless formula that volumizes, lengthens and lifts lashes all day and well into the night for a dramatic fluttery look. So I quite like a clumpy mascara. If something is too lengthening, that's just not my bag. Like, I don't really care. I mean, I do care about length, but it's more, yeah, that volume and the like depth that a mascara gives. So I'm gonna give this a fair chance, and I'm just gonna curl my lashes. And yeah, I'm a bit nervous about how thin this brush is, but okay, that's just one coat, which actually looks very nice. Just going over and kind of giving it a wiggle. It's definitely very black. I actually really like that. It is like lengthening, gives me like a nice bit of clump. It's holding the curl well of the eyelash curler. But yeah, I think that looks really nice. Okay, let me do the other eye. And I actually thought it'd be quite difficult, like actually coating the lashes with this brush, but actually coats them rather nice. Okay, I really like that. Okay, so shout out to my auntie for putting me on to this. I'm just gonna run a bit of that bronzer under my eye as well. I always like to do this. And I'm going to do my bottom lashes with this too. I'd definitely say this is more dry mascara. And if you don't like a slightly clumpy look, I don't know if this is going to be your vibe. Okay, it's pretty on the lower lashes. I wouldn't say it's my all-time favourite on the bottom lashes, but it's definitely like not bad. Yeah, I think that looks good. I'm definitely going to be using this again. Okay, and lastly for lip, I have got a new colour in one of my favourite lip pencils. This is the NYX Professional Line Loud Lip Pencil, and this is in Daring Damsel. And it's quite a light tone brown. And I really do love the creaminess of these. I'd say it's actually one of my favourite lip formulas. It reminds me a lot of the VACAY. That kind of creaminess and they last quite a long time too. But so that's super light. I'm just kind of lining with this. Fill my lips in with the lip liner. And then I have this lipstick from Illamasca. It looked very light online. I'll probably put a picture here of what I thought it was going to be. And when it arrived, it was a lot darker than it like said online. So that's the colour. It's very cool tone. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take like a little flat brush, and I just want to go over this lip liner just to almost like cool down the lip liner. So it's still quite light, but it's a lot cooler than that kind of like original lip liner, which actually I think is really pretty. And it is cool tone, but I really like a cool tone. And it really just gives that really nice, really soft nude colour. I find it very hard to find light lipstick because I'm so pale. Most lipsticks or lip liners that appear to be quite light and cool, on me that's just not the situation. So this actually I think is going to be really nice to wear on top of some of my favourite lip liners to kind of just cool it down. Lastly, I have got this lip gloss from Made by Mitchell. This is one of their Beam lip glosses. I've had this quite a while, but I haven't tried it out. It's called On the Dance Floor. And it's their kind of like see-through, like glitter. So I'm just going to put this over. Just to give me that kind of like gloss. It doesn't have a smell. Yeah, and that's really nice. I would say it's quite lip oily. It's giving me this really nice high shine. And even though here it looks quite glittery on the lips, it just kind of looks wet. I can't actually see any of like the glitter particles, but it's definitely like a high shine. So yeah, I just wanted to give this a go on camera. I've kind of had it in my drawer, but I haven't really kind of used it. I have become more of a gloss girl. I never really used to be. I really like a matte look with the lips, but the past 6 months, I don't know what it is, I've been really enjoying a glossier lip, and so I think this is handy because it's clear. I can wear it on top of like loads of different shades. But yeah, I feel like my skin looks super like glossy, shiny, super healthy. I think that all those products really worked lovely together. And yeah, I think this has been a successful tryout of makeup. I will have to say that the two kind of cheap products, the contour side has ran a little bit warmer than I would like love, but it doesn't mean like I don't like how they look. I think they've all blended and melted into my skin so lovely. So I don't know if that's down to the foundation or the actual cheek products, or even it could be a good base. I love a primer, so definitely this combination has just made my skin look really nice. I am very happy with the mascara, and yeah, I think my makeup has turned out really just lovely, fresh, healthy, and yeah, hope you enjoyed trying out all these makeup bits with me. Had fun just kind of playing and layering all of this newness. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully see you again super soon. Bye.